Good morning. Welcome to Angel Stadium. We're actually going to do a tour of the stadium here today. The Angels are actually off in Tampa Bay today, so there's no game, but we're going to get a guided tour of ballpark today. Be excited.
And we're loyal to our team.
Yeah, but this is the one closest to our house. We're doing this one first. Let's go. The first thing you see here in the plaza is this gargantuan hat. See the guy over there? The scale of this hat? I think the back says it's size 649.5. So there's two. There's one here and there's one standing behind me. Now these Mickeys were made for the All-Star game back in 2010. Yeah. And these were placed around Orange County and LA County to promote the game. And who better to promote the game than Mickey? And he sits here right in front of his team store, which is right over there. And you can come here and take a picture with him anytime.
The big A was out in left field. That was our scoreboard. Okay, it was a little tiny relatively small scoreboard compared to today's standards. And we were a brand new field. All of the other ballparks had names. Fenway Park, Wrigley Field, Candlestick Park. They all had names. We didn't have a name, you know? So the players, not us, the players would say, hey, where are you guys playing next week? And they'd say, oh, we're playing that new stadium, the one of the big A. And so it started to catch on, yeah, we're going to that where that big A is out in the outfield. And so it started to catch on, and that became our nickname, and it's stuck for a long time. He mentioned Edison Field. That was a short time when Edison gave us tons and tons of money and renamed this field, and it lasted about 4.5, 5 years. And then the contract fizzled out, so we got rid of that. Why is the big A? Why is the big A still so important? Those of us that live here, what does it do? Absolutely, it lets everybody know when the Angels win. Okay, because every night, if the Angels win, when the last out is made of the game, the last out, all the announcers, radio, TV, and here at the stadium, they all say the same thing. They say, light that baby up. And that means to turn on the halo. Turn on the halo, make it all white, and that way everybody in the neighborhood, everybody who's driving by the freeway can look up and go, oh, they won, yeah, all right. Last year we were on a full energy conservation. We tried to save a lot of money, so we hardly turned it on at all. This year, this year we just can't decide. You know, we're like, okay, we'll turn it on tonight. No, not tomorrow night. Kind of, and the more you talk to people that live closer, the more you'll find out it really is a big deal. I had one guy who said that his dad, you know, now he was in his 40s, but he says, growing up, my dad used to walk out every night during the summer, and he'd walk out on the front porch and he'd look down the street to see if it was lit or not. You know. All right. 52, going on 53 years old, all right? Now the fourth oldest stadium in all of baseball, which is kind of, I mean, really, you know, if you think about it, man, oh man, all those teams that started in the 1920s and stuff, all right, we're the fourth oldest stadium. Fenway Park in Boston is #1. Wrigley Field in Chicago is #2, okay? And thankfully no one's wearing the hat of the third stadium today because I wouldn't let you take the tour. It's a blue and white team that's, well, they're only 20 miles from here, but they take you 4 hours to get there. So, yeah. They're #3, and we are the fourth oldest stadium. So, but looks pretty good. Looks pretty good for being 52 years old. Had a few facelifts. This one here was done by the Disney Corporation. And we'll talk about that when Disney owned the team and when they came out with the big hats and the big bats and all that stuff. All right, go back, Wally Joyner, all right? Wally Joyner played first base. They used all the people that sat by first base all wore t-shirts that said Wally's World. All right, now we have the Trout Farm, but we used to have Wally's World.
Here we go through the main gates. Excited? There's no game. Here we go.
Angels World Series trophy case. Yay! Unfortunately, it's the only Angels World Series trophy case, all right? We have plans to, actually this whole corridor, I've seen the plans to build several of them, just hasn't happened yet, okay? But 41 years.
We're inside the media room.
Hurry up, people, please hurry up. last big one in here probably would have been Albert's 600th home run was a big one in here. We do, so that's what we do in here. We also use it for employee trainings and stuff like that. But if you're a real baseball fanatic, this is our war room for the draft. We're the visiting team. Again, we just flew in from Minnesota. We would walk in here, and we would look around. The first thing we would do is look around for your name. Your name would be somewhere up over your locker, okay? And all of your uniforms would already be hung up waiting for you. They will have been washed, ironed, hung up in a certain order, okay? I say uniforms because there's sweatpants, there's gym trunks, there's t-shirts, there's usually 5 undershirts, long sleeve, 3/4, half, no sleeve, all of them lined up here. We're not sure what you want to wear that night. Then there's your uniform, then there's your 3 different jackets, lightweight, medium weight, heavyweight, then there's your sweatshirt. Everything's lined up. Your cleats are down here, they've already been shined for you, okay? So the Twins, you guys just came in. Now last night, about 2 or 3 in the morning, we received all of your dirty uniforms from the game you played last night. All right, you played in Minnesota last night, and after the game was over, they took off all their dirty uniforms, threw them in what we call dirt bags, and they put them on an airplane. They arrive here usually at 2 or 3 in the morning. We wash them all for them, get them all ready to go, and we line them up in the locker. Okay, it doesn't feel like we're in a 52-year-old baseball stadium anymore, does it? All right, pretty cool. You are in the dugout suites underneath the stadium. You would come down the elevator right there. The doors that we just walked through, those would never be open because we are on the visiting players side, and this would be fans side in here. You'd come down the elevators and walk up through here, check in. There's 10 dugout suites. You walked by the doors when you're coming through there, 5 on each side. There's 10 dugout suites. You have to purchase them for the entire season. Okay? Those of you that watch Angel games on TV, these are the seats the people sitting behind home plate. They're sitting below the dirt level. Okay? The dugout suites. Okay? You went by the visitors' batting cage on your way. Big business down here. Okay? You saw some of the names probably beside the doors of each one. $250,000 per suite for the season. Okay, they're all sold out. We have a waiting list already for next year. And that does not include any food. You have to buy the food on top of that. But big business, only 12 people are allowed in each suite. So it's very quiet down here at game time. People come in, they check in, and they go to their suites. And so it's just very quiet, really different. All right, you would come in, you have something to eat, have a few cocktails, whatever, but you're not here to sit in here. You're here to watch the game. Actually, if you're a purist, it's not that great for seeing the way the game develops and watching everything that happens because you got such a low-level view of it. But a couple of things that really make it actually cool. We've measured it, and you're closer to home plate than the pitcher is. Second thing, when this was built in 1998, they don't think it was part of their plan, but for some reason, all the noise of the... They actually had to retrofit all these speakers like 2 years after we built it because everybody down here was complaining they couldn't hear any of the announcements or anything. So take those 2 things, how close we are and how quiet it is. And
this is the Angels batting practice cage during the game.
Big swing of striking out. Try to figure out what did I do wrong? What was it? Was my years after we got the fence, we designed and came up with the idea of the benches, and now the players, every team is up here in front. And now this is kind of the standard throughout the entire league. Not that we brought it on, but all ballparks, most of them all have this kind of setup now. It gives them a little more room and gets the players up there where they can watch the game and participate, but still be safe. He can watch everything on the field. He's got his third base coach right here. He can communicate what he wants him to do. Mike calls all the pitches. Okay, Mike calls all the pitches the entire game. So the catcher looks over, the catcher's there, he looks over, Mike gives him this, calls all the pitches the entire game. So he does that all right here,
That wraps up our tour here at Angel Stadium. It was worth it. It was only $8, and you got to see the dugout. You got to go on the field for a few moments. You got to see the visitors clubhouse I saw in the video. Yeah, feel free to check out our blog post soon, coming with more pictures, and we'll see you then. Bye.